I'm Donna Cruz. He was a brother, a friend, my favorite pain in the ass, and he knows that. He knows that. He will always be my favorite pain in the ass, but he was also, a great person. Loved my kids. The way he cared about all of his nieces, nephews, and family members. He was there for all of them, regardless of any issues that may have been going on in life with family or anything else. Oh, he was always giving advice, especially to my kids. Did not always take his own advice, but he was full of good advice and a great mentor and person for my children. All of them. I can't think of one that's better or worse than another. Him being out here, us sitting outside talking, listening to music, dancing. I remember him arriving, and we sat out on the front steps for hours. I want to say it was probably like 4 o'clock in the afternoon when we got here, and I know it was past 4 o'clock in the morning before we even thought about going to sleep. And what he wanted to pass on to you guys, he wanted you, Alex, Brandon, Jaden, Michael, Yami, it doesn't matter. Every single one of you, he wanted to incorporate you guys some way, somehow within his idea of a family business, so that everybody, not so much that they would be taken care of, but you could learn those life lessons, and yet you guys would always have something to come back to, like he always did here. But as long as you guys took away something from what he had to offer you as advice, or to be able to know, and maybe just take away something from it. And it could be something different for every single one of you. He only wanted the best for all of you guys, which is important. I think one of my favorite videos is the one that you had with him dancing in the kitchen. That one always brings tears to my eyes, because that was him. Right, wrong, indifferent, whether we agreed or not, we could always agree to disagree and still move on from there. And there was never, big blow-ups or arguments. It was always good conversation, no matter what. Sitting outside on the front stoop years and years ago are some of my favorite memories, and being in this backyard with him. Well, Des, you're 30, so 28 and a half years ago. It's a very long time. He's family. Regardless of if we're blood, that does not matter. Angel was family. He was more than family. He was loud. He was smart. Didn't always deliver things maybe the right way, but business-wise, he was very smart. He had very good ideas. I think he passed those along to not just you and Alex, but to his kids, his other nieces and nephews. He wanted you guys to succeed. That was his biggest thing, and he was always very proud of all of you kids, I will say. Deep conversation. We could sit out here for hours and hours, and it might have started at 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and the next thing you would know, it would be 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and the sun was coming up. And we're still just sitting here talking. Again, I would have to go back to him and his I don't want to say work ethics, but his ideas, his plans, his visions, and the research that he would do on any and everything he thought would be a good idea. And then on top of that, him passing what he learned off to all of you guys as nieces and nephews, and wanting you to know and learn and have a plan and be successful, and wanting to see you guys grow and do the things that you wanted to do and love to do. That was important to him. Drinking, smoking, dancing, listening to music, and being surrounded by us, by family. That was Angel. That was the most important thing to him. Force of habit, force of memory, force of the love for him. He was always my taste tester. Always. Since he's been gone, I've been in the kitchen cooking, and I've actually yelled down to him to come taste this, and obviously he can't. But first and foremost, would tell me if it was too much, too little. I don't think I've processed all of that part yet. So I really don't know. I don't know. I think until we have all of the information, that's hard to say. But families need to be able to heal in a much quicker time frame. We don't need to sit around and wonder on a daily basis. When are we going to find out? What's the result going to be? What actually happened? Those type of things. I mean, we hear things. We know what was said in the beginning. There probably needs to be more training on the inside. Oh, how much I loved him. But how much he already knew he was my favorite pain in the ass. Almost 30 years, my favorite pain in the ass. We could disagree, but yet agree. I miss you being here for my kids. I definitely miss you being here for my kids. I miss walking in the house and going upstairs and cooking and screaming down the stairs, "Angel, come taste this!" Before we all would have dinner. He was a big part of our lives for many, many years. And he knows how much I loved him. And I know how much he loved me. He would probably say I was his favorite pain in the ass. And that's okay. Because he was mine. But he was a very important part of my life, regardless of what anybody wants to say or think. He knows that I love him with all of my heart. And always will. And he'll forever be missed because I won't have these days out here in the backyard or sitting on the front stoop with him at all fucking crazy hours of the night talking about stupid shit. It just didn't matter. It was the time that I was able to spend with him that was important. And he knows that. And I know that. And I think that's all that matters. We had a very special love. End of story. Nothing ever happened like people want to think. He was my best friend. I miss him every day. And I think we need to end this interview.